Hey everyone, welcome to Smash Trivia. I'm your host, Smash Trivia John. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram by searching Smash Trivia to follow everything happening with me. I'll be the one with the big old green head in the profile picture. So excited to get into this. This is the Gamma Analysis. Basically, in this series, I'm going to review everything Hulk, all the movies, TV shows, and I also do random other geeky films. Occasionally, not so geeky ones too. And I also like to mix things up once in a while by not reviewing anything. Hope you enjoy Smash Trivia Presents The Gamma Analysis. I want to ask everyone listening, if they can, please do sign for me. Please share the hell of this podcast with all your friends. If you don't, Hulk will be angry. And Smash Trivia has a Patreon too, so please check that out. We have some fantastic extra content on there. I bet you'll have a Hulk smashing good time. The tiers are as follows: $1 a month is Hulkaholic for $1, $3 a month is The Reading Room with Hulky and Shulky, and $5 a month is Smashing the TV. I also now offer custom trivia games on Fiverr, so if you want to take your game night to the next level, you can hire me. A link to the Fiverr is in the episode description. Now that we have all that important stuff out of the way, let's smash right into this episode. Hey, my Gamma friends. Today I'm joined by Dennis from Sparks of Interest and Rulebooks Anonymous to review Willy's Wonderland, a wacky Nicolas Cage film. How you doing, Dennis?
I'm doing pretty good. Yourself?
I'm doing good. I'm very excited to be able to review this. First, I want to say for our alcohol for $1, we have Derek Sager, Gabriel Floral, and Film Critter. And due to the Hollywood strikes, I actually just want to let everyone know that I'm trying not to review any struck work, aka work stuff made and released by the AMPTP. And I believe this film because it is by a small production company that I don't think has any connection to any of those big companies. I believe this film does not count as struck work. This film, I have a lot of fun with this film, but there's one big thing with this film that annoys me with it.
Okay.
That is so I love Nicolas Cage, and a big part of what I love about him is his voice, and he doesn't speak at all in this.
I don't know, grunting a little bit when he's fighting doesn't count.
Yeah, there's some grunts, yeah. Like I feel like they're trying to do like something kind of artsy with it by not having him speak. But I feel like having an actor like Nicolas Cage, it just loses sign by not having him speak. In my opinion.
I can see that. I mean, he's still got some of the facial expressions because like Nicolas Cage has got
Oh yeah,
amazing expressions, but it's just he's extremely stoic and just like,
yeah.
all right, I got work to do. I don't have time for this nonsense.
Yeah, yeah. He's very uninterested in anything other than just getting his job done. I love it. I love all the moments of the film where he just he stops fighting and just goes to take his break. I find those hilarious.
Oh yeah.
Particularly when like he's standing next to the main girl in the film, and they're about to fight. So his thing goes off, and he's off, and he just grabs his knife out, puts it in her hands, and just walks away.
He's a professional.
Yeah, yeah. Oh man, this film it's definitely a lot of fun to watch, and I think it has I think though its premise is a little bit derivative of a popular video game, but I think it's still really fun premise that it works well for this film.
I think so too. And I think what he's doing is he's living out every parent's fantasy that's ever gone to has had to deal with those
I
animatronics
can
just
understand.
creepy.
Near the end of the film, one thing that it reminded me of something of my childhood. So there's they have this they have as I think it's when Willy is actually dying, like his voice always really gets robotic and like basically destroyed. Um it reminds me of what when I was a kid I had this talking toy that it did the hokey pokey, and it annoyed the hell out of my brothers to the point where they tried to burn it and
Oh,
bury it, and somehow it still came back, and it sounded exactly like what like how Willie sounded as he was dying. It was terrifying.
I can see that. I'm old enough to remember like there was this teddy bear toy when I was growing up where you'd put a tape in the back and it would like repeat what's on the tape, like tell you a story. And so you had people that would put Slayer or Metallica in there, and so you got like this cutesy little teddy bear rocking out to some like heavy metal.
Nice, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So I do have a little bit of insight into what Nicolas Cage is doing in this movie.
Mhm.
The premise of him going in and cleaning up this entire building by himself in one night. I work as a head custodian for a school district. So unfortunately, as I'm watching this, I'm looking at what he's doing and I'm thinking, okay, he's not doing that right. I'm pretty sure that cleaner and he hasn't changed out his mop water in a while. So that's probably just making it worse.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
I one thing I was wondering while watching, in the like scenes where like they're doing like a whole bunch of fast shots of him cleaning, particularly like in the ones where it's like just his arm on screen. I wonder if that's actually Nicolas Cage cleaning or if there's someone in there who's like between shots it's cleaning little bits of it.
I could almost picture him doing it just because he's like, I gotta do this for my craft.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I would be a little annoyed because like the bathroom scene alone, I'm just looking at the amount of graffiti. I'm like, that's an all night job just for that.
Oh yeah,
And I'm pretty sure he doesn't have
definitely.
the right stuff. That's like new paint. That's a lot of scrubbing and everything.
Yeah.
And then he gets attacked by the gorilla dude, and it's like, oh, because I'm looking at the mess afterwards. He's like, he just cleaned.
Yeah.
I'd be so pissed.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. Oh, I was really wondering like about while watching I find it really funny how like I understand these animatronics, they have like the spirits of people in them, but they're still just animatronics. I'm wondering, the people who created these animatronics, did they put blood into them so that when they're chopped up they would have blood splattering out? That's a funny thing to think about.
I'm just sitting here thinking that's some pretty good oil to still be working after all
Oh
years.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Unless
man.
the townspeople are like giving them oil changes every other Sunday or something.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. Also, they're kind of cheaply made if you think about it, because I mean Nicolas
Mhm.
Cage is able to rip them apart with his bare
Oh
hands.
yeah, yeah, definitely, and I'm not surprised by that. It's definitely, it doesn't seem like it was probably a place that had a lot of budget towards it back when it was open to the public.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and it's also such an odd combination of characters. You have a weasel, then you have a knight, you have a fairy, you have I think it was like a lizard or a frog,
Hmm.
the with the tongue.
Oh
I'm not entirely sure what the heck that one was.
yeah, that's what, is that the one that had the quote unquote colorful skin that and that they meant or she I think mentioned as that they make fun of me for my colorful skin.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I'm still not sure what the heck she was.
yeah. No, I'm not sure either. You know, you don't see it much with the much with how the lights were dim with dim while Nicolas Cage was there. But the gorilla during one of the flashbacks, you see apparently it's actually green,
Yeah, I
which
don't
is
think the fluorescent
interesting.
did any good for that.
Yeah, like I feel like it would. I feel like having that splash of color from it being green in would definitely like enhance the scene a little bit while he's fighting it if you were able to actually see it while he's fighting it.
Yeah. Oh, even just like having lighting that would make it look green, or like
Oh yeah,
even in the individual fights having a different kind of color scheme would kind of make it
yeah,
pop more.
that would definitely, I could definitely see that. And I think though, to be honest, I don't think this is a film that needs a sequel. I think if a sequel was made, that's something that they would probably put a ad into there, because I imagine if it gets a sequel, they're gonna have a bit much bigger budget. The only reason I'm mentioning a sequel is because the director has actually said he's working on making a sequel to this. So
Hmm.
yeah, I don't know how you do a sequel to this though.
I don't know. The one that he ran over with his car survived, and maybe he's like the head kind of like, using his tongue to walk around. I don't know.
Maybe these serial killers or his spirits went into something else now that their animatronics have been destroyed.
Or the animatronics like put themselves together, so it's like this big unholy mass of like random parts,
That would
just
be
like
fun.
chasing after Nicolas Cage for revenge.
Yeah, there is like one line in the film that does make me wonder about if these serial killers are really dead now, because he is um the sheriff mentions that him killing them will only make them angrier or something, which makes it sound like maybe that's something that people have done before and they've come back.
I mean, that is entirely possible. Maybe like a sequel would take place in another one of those weird theme restaurants, and it's different
Yeah,
animatronics, or
yeah.
um
I think I
possess.
would rather though. If they were to do a sequel, instead of just setting it at another basically like a Chuck E. Cheese is rip off sort of thing. Instead of doing that, I would want them to like set it in a different kind of entertainment thing. Maybe like it could be a theater or an amusement park. Or I can just to add a little bit sign to it instead of it just feeling like it's the same thing again.
I think an amusement park would be able to add more depth to that, because you can have
Oh
a
yeah,
whole variety of characters and different things that they could possess. So maybe some of the carnival games could come to life and that kind of
yeah,
thing.
yeah. And like he could like he could grab like one of the fake hammers or something that they use for can't remember the name of the game, but where you hit the little creatures down. Do you know
Oh,
what I'm talking
like
about?
whack-a-mole.
Yeah, whack-a-mole. He could like use that for our fighting one. I think what side of it could be fun is like somehow trying to fight one while him and them are in two different cars on a roller coaster.
Oh yeah,
That would be
that
great.
tunnel of love has like a whole different meaning.
Oh yeah. Oh, I was thinking about while watching a film. Do you think that there's some kind of connection between his character, Nicolas Cage's character, and this place? Is because it definitely seemed like he was very alert that something was going on pretty quickly as soon as he was in the vehicle with the mechanic.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking maybe he could have been like just like the girl. Then maybe he's been there before and he managed to escape, and so that makes for also why there definitely feels like there's a connection between those two.
I was kind of wondering if there was going to be a twist towards the end where it turns out like Nicolas Cage was a serial killer, and
That would
that
have
in
been
the
interesting.
car was like, the remains of a victim or something underneath his weird soda pop.
That would be very interesting. Maybe
So,
they like maybe they could have like also like revealed that the soda that he was drinking was actually blood.
hmm, could have been, or even psychedelic or something like, maybe like the whole thing was just taking place in his mind. There weren't serial killers, robots after him. He's just flipping out and beating the crap out of him just because.
Oh yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah, shrooms.
Um, I love the moment where after the sheriff has already come over, and Cage finishes fighting some of them, and he starts bringing their bodies out to the trash, and he just waves at the sheriff in her car, like,
Yeah.
you thought I would be dead by now.
No, he's just like I said, he's just being a complete professional. He looked
No,
really annoyed when he found the lock on the door after beating the first
right.
one. It's like, well, dang it, now I gotta wait and toss the trash later.
Yeah, I can imagine. Oh yeah. I think it's what else to talk about with the film?
I did have a moment of bad parenting because I did watch this with my daughter. Had to shut it off in the random sex scene that in the super happy fun.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at this and it was the next day. I'm telling her, like, look, I didn't think they were gonna show anything or do anything. I thought they were gonna be dead before then. And so she's like, yeah, I wanted them to die quick when they did that. And so without even thinking, I looked at her
Yeah.
and I said, well, I guess death came
Same.
first.
Yeah, I definitely agree with your daughter. I like immediately as they were in there, I was like, yeah, you guys better die.
Well, they're breaking the rules of surviving a horror. They just
Oh
went
yeah.
and did the deed,
Yeah,
especially
it's like absolutely insane that they're like, oh, we're in this area where it's very dangerous for us to be in. Let's have sex.
oh yeah, I guess that's the first thought I have after seeing that there's animatronics out to kill me. Is yep, let's go and do the deed.
The girl's like, is it weird this is turning me on?
Yes.
Fuck yeah, it is. That's very weird. Like, why would that not be weird?
Yeah, you just want to tell her it's like, okay, you can holster it until we can get out of here, and then we'll go and have fun.
Oh
But
yeah.
yeah, just like when you're we facing imminent death,
Oh yeah.
like the creepy songs playing in the background during some of the fight scenes were also pretty gnarly. Like what was it head, shoulders, knees, and toes when he's
Yeah.
fighting the in
Yeah.
the lizard thing.
I'm the kind of person who I'm watching is like I will like sing along to all the songs because I just find that really fun to do even if it's in a really crazy situation like in this.
Oh, I mean, I love terrible movies, and I mean, this is not
Oh
Shakespeare
yeah.
by stretch, but I
Oh
mean,
yeah. No.
it's one heck of a fun movie.
Yeah. It's definitely not. I even probably I one of Nicolas Cage's best, but it's still a fun one.
Yeah. Now he keeps saying that the reason he's taken on a lot of these projects is because he needed a paycheck because he had debts
Mm-hmm.
to pay. And so I can respect that. He didn't want to like file for
Yeah.
bankruptcy or anything. He's like, well, I'm just going to keep on working until I pay it off. And I think he's good. And that's why we've got
Yeah.
just this
And
huge catalog of Nicolas Cage movies.
yeah, and I like how now that he's back to like big budget films, he has still though said in interviews he's like I don't I don't feel bad at all about any of these directed video films that I was doing. He was like I find he basically said something along the lines of I found cool art in every single one of these projects that I've done, and he said he will defend every single one of them as long as he lives.
Yeah.
Which
Well,
that's a lot. I respect that a lot.
oh yeah, it seems like he was having fun doing all of them. And I mean, honestly, it could be a B movie or whatever, but as long as if you're watching it and you're enjoying it, you win. Who
Yeah.
cares what?
Oh yeah, definitely. One thing I noticed, so I think is kind of cool because I don't, it's not something I see with a lot of characters in film. I kind of think that Cage's character in this is um the kind of person who he has to always be doing something with his hands and like which and like we see on one his breaks, he is using using he's sanding down his
Yeah,
nails, and then you have he's keeps playing the pinball game, and like
yeah.
I'm exactly like that. I literally, as I'm recording this, as I'm playing with a sign on my desk, literally, because
Yeah.
I need something to do with my hands.
Yeah, I totally get that. I have the same problem, especially when I'm at work. I mean, I work a physical job, but I always have something in my hands
Oh
that
yeah.
I'm fiddling with, or I'll fiddle with. I'm walking around the school.
Mhm. Which, one thing and I've noticed because of that is I get so much more watching movies when I'm watching them on my phone because of my holding the phone in my hand makes it so I'm doing something with my hands, and versus if I'm like watching on a computer or I'm watching on my TV, I'll end up playing a game on my phone because I need something to do on my phone, and then
Yeah,
I get distracted from the movie.
yeah. I mean, like ADHD runs in my family, so I
Uh,
think I've touch of it too, because I'm like I said, it's just one of those things like idle hands and
yeah,
all of that. But if I'm playing a game, of course, like on the TV or whatever, then like that's completely different because like
yeah,
my hands are staying, and then of course I'm a little more involved in whatever I'm playing.
oh yeah, yeah, definitely. I just find it really cool that they actually made that a part of his character in this because you don't see that often with characters in movies. I don't think.
No, not really, because it's like maybe he's got some kind of maybe some kind of disability, and that could be why he doesn't talk much. He could
Mhm,
just be like antisocial or what is it introverted, because
mhm,
he seemed very reluctant at the end of the film when the girl just gets into his car. Granted, she doesn't have anything left in this town really, but at the
yeah,
same time, like he's a complete stranger just because
yeah.
electronics there's the big reveal that he is a serial killer and now you can shoot kind of thing. So I
Oh
mean
yeah.
that's on her part, which I think feels a little out of place.
Yeah, a little. Definitely. I think though, like they're trying to say that,
He's a safe space.
the yeah a connection between them makes it so that she knows somehow that he's a good guy.
Okay.
I think. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like there's something there, but they need to flesh it out a lot more.
Yeah, like if they did end up doing a sequel, she could be like a narrator voicing over, still keep his name
Mhm.
ambiguous and unknown. I
Uh,
think that adds the mystique of the character.
Yeah, like
We,
it's
we were
funny
drawn
that
and
his
now,
name in the credits of the film is literally the janitor.
yeah.
Oh, which I find that really funny. They actually he decided to make that his name, I don't think that him be he probably is actually a janitor outside of this.
Yeah. I've got to give him a lot of props for being able to get all of that cleaned up the way that he
Oh
did
yeah.
before dawn, basically. In addition to fighting for his life.
Yeah, definitely. I and the fact that he like after everything that happened, he still is like, I'm gonna make sure it's perfectly spotless. All the blood must be gone before I leave the place.
Yeah, that's why I'm still looking at like when he's fighting everything after he's finished cleaning it all up, and I'm just like, God, that sucks because he just did all that work and he basically has to redo everything.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
But more props to him for being able to do it.
Yeah, eh, I read that Nicolas Cage is when they were filming he actually originally did have some lines of dialogue, but because there was so few, he insisted that they remove him, because he thought it would be a cool challenge for Alan to have to act without using his voice.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I figured it was an artistic move to make him not speak.
Mm-hmm. Oh, trying to think what else. Hey, well, let's say, hey, no, this is not like a film that is a lot of in-depth thought. So this is probably gonna be a shorter review than normal because it's just there's not a lot to this film.
Yeah, but there's a lot of basically cannon fodder in here.
Yeah.
Just so many people are just like on the screen for a few minutes before they're offed.
Mhm. Oh yeah.
So it's not there's not a whole lot going on beyond Nicolas Cage cleaning and fighting.
Yeah. Oh,
I
it
mean,
was
they have to, yeah,
funny when. What were you gonna say?
I was just saying, I mean, you did have to do the exposition dump to explain why the place was the way that it was. But I mean, that's just like
Mhm.
what 5 minutes of screen time, and then it's just back to Nicolas Cage cleaning and playing pinball and beating up robots.
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was funny when I would he just grabs the girl and puts her down somewhere else so that he could and fight the creature instead. I thought that was funny.
Yeah. I'm surprised that they still wanted to go after him after seeing him beat up all of the other ones.
Yeah.
You'd think that they would be like, okay, we need to avoid this guy.
Yeah.
It's like Earl said, he's not trapped in there with them, they're trapped in there with him.
Oh yeah. I love that the sheriff at the end she just gets destroyed by Willy.
I was kind of amazed at that because, like, I mean, she's just completely cut in half. But
Oh
when
yeah.
Willie's fighting against Cage, all he's doing is slashing him and just like cutting him up and not like removing any body parts. So it's like, is Cage tougher? Did Willie? I don't know. It seemed like
Oh,
maybe he just put more effort into killing the sheriff.
maybe the drink that he was drinking somehow gave him extra strength.
It's like D&D. It's one of those magic potions +8 to
Uh,
strength or
I like I did read that that those drinks were like supposed to be an homage to like power ups in video games. So it kind makes would make sense if somehow that were or the case.
I can see that. I mean, it said like power, like punch pop or something
Yeah,
like. I
punch.
mean,
Yeah.
it even sounded like it could be something you'd find in an old video game.
Oh yeah, and then obviously like he's keeps playing that pinball machine which can basically be thought of as like a mini game within a game.
Or him saving his game.
Yeah.
You have to play pinball to save your game. That's the loading screen.
Oh, that'd be cool. Oh,
They could
I kind of
almost
wonder.
kind of
Uh,
8-bit video game.
yeah, I kind of wonder by the end of the film how good he's now gotten at pinball.
I think towards the end, because like there was one last break that he took before he cleaned the big room, and I think he broke the high score.
Nice, let's go.
So I mean, I'm wondering actually how much of that was just them like editing to make it look like he got the high score, if Nicolas Cage was actually playing and got that high score legitimately. So
Yeah,
I'm
as I could absolutely see it being the Nicolas Cage just got that legitimately.
yeah, I'm gonna get the highest score, man.
Yeah. Oh man.
Might get work, but
Uh, but trying to think what else is there to air with this film. Is there anything else you want to talk about out with the film?
I think we've covered pretty much everything. Like you
Yeah,
said, there's not
it's
much.
not much. Well, normally when I do reviews, I give the guests the option to give me something to say in my announcer's voice, like a funny thing out of the film they're reviewing. I don't think there's many things out of this film, but if there is anything that you'd like me to say, um, that's I will say.
Hmm. Come on down to Willy's for some fresh pizza.
Come on down to Willy's for some fresh pizza.
That works.
All right.
I don't even remember if they served pizza though.
I have no idea.
This is probably some random crap.
It's probably really bad pizza if so.
Yeah, you're not going there for quality food.
And they probably just like Chuck E. Cheese's cut it in really weird ways.
Yeah, I've worked in a pizza joint. It's not that hard.
Yeah,
I don't understand.
Yeah, like
You know,
I've cut pizzas. I've cut pizzas for it. It's a very easy thing to do.
I guess when you don't like your job or you're just like in a rush, maybe that's why you get the weird. But when you can't even like get it cut in half and it's like 2/3 cut and then like tiny pieces, big pieces, it's just like, really? You could have taken a couple of seconds.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, I'll I think it's all for us to say A for this. So thank you, Dennis, for coming on. I really appreciate it. I had a lot of
No
fun
problem.
talking with you.
Thank you.
And again, everybody, check out Sparks of Interest and Rulebooks Anonymous. As the two podcasts that Dennis is on. And let them know that I sent you. Oh, and thank you for listening. If you like this gamma analysis, please give a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or a 5-star rating on Spotify. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the episode. So, please let me know. And if you'd like to listen to more from me, please subscribe. Many more gamma analysis from me coming. So keep on the lookout. This again is your host, Master John, signing off.